Hello and welcome to another CHSG History revision video. This one focuses on the judgment questions which are found on papers 1 and 2, and in this case we're going to plan and write one example of a judgment question together. Here's one good method for doing this type of question. A successful student will memorise this technique so that they can use it in the exam. And this is the question we're going to practice on. The main reason why medieval medicine was ineffective was because it was based on religion and superstition. How far do you agree? Explain your answer. Now, before we write, we must prepare the question so that we understand what we are being asked to do. Firstly, we need to find the statement of opinion. This will be in inverted commas at the start of the question. You can see I've highlighted it here. We should read this a couple of times through in the exam, checking we're absolutely sure that we have understood it. We will be given a time frame to focus on. In this case, we're being told to focus on the medieval period. Within the opinion statement, we will have a focus. This is what we're being asked to judge. In this case, we have to judge the main reason why medieval medicine was ineffective. The statement is suggesting to us that the main reason was because of religion and superstition. We have to decide whether we agree with that or not. So our answer will feel a bit like a debate between two sides, for and against. We're given some suggestions for what to include in our answer. These are optional. We can use them or ignore them. If we do use them, then we must add at least one more idea of our own if we want to get to the top level. Before writing, we must make a quick plan. This means we need to choose 3 relevant topics for our main paragraphs. There are lots of topics we could write about here. Here are 3 topics I've chosen to include in my answer. Each of them will make a nice paragraph. Before I write, I'm going to rank these topics in order of how strongly they support the statement of opinion in the question. In other words, which of these topics most supports the statement? I think the church is going to be the topic which most supports the question, because the church was so powerful and it encouraged almost everybody to use ineffective religious treatments. So you can see I've ranked the church number 1. I think my paragraph on the Black Death will partly support the statement. Religion was one reason why Black Death treatments did not work. But on the other hand, I know they also used rational treatments for the disease too, and they didn't work either. So religion was not the only reason why they couldn't deal with this disease. Out of all my 3 topics, I think miasma is the one which least supports the statement, so I'm ranking it in 3rd place. Miasma was a rational idea, not a religious one, and it led to a lot of ineffective preventions. Now I've made my plan, it's time to write an introduction. This is my chance to tell the examiner what I'm going to be writing about in my answer. I begin my introduction by addressing the question. This means I'm going to quote the words of the question back to the examiner. This shows that I have understood what the question is asking me. Next, I'm going to tell the examiner which 3 topics I will write about. And I'm going to finish my introduction by telling the examiner what my overall answer is going to be and why. And now I'm ready for my 3 main paragraphs. Now remember, each paragraph will either support the statement completely, challenge the statement completely, or I might write a paragraph which both supports and challenges the statement. I'll show you how that works by writing my paragraph on the Black Death. I'll begin my paragraph with a big point that addresses the question. And then I'm going to start my analysis and evaluation. I will start off by explaining some of the ways that religion made medicine ineffective during the Black Death. The first point I'm going to make is that people turned to religious explanations. And I'll develop this point by explaining how this affected medicine and why that supports the statement. On the other hand, I know that religion was not the only reason why they couldn't stop this disease, so I also want to challenge the statement. I'll use the word however to show that I am now turning to the other side of the debate. And I'll begin to explain another reason why medicine was ineffective during the Black Death. In this case, they had some good rational preventions. But those preventions didn't work because the government was not powerful enough and there was too much filth to deal with. Notice I'm using explaining connectives to help me challenge the statement that I was given in the question. At the end of the paragraph, I have to reach a judgment in this area. I'll use the phrase on balance to sum up. In this case, I think it hardly supports the statement. And I need to give my main reason why. My next paragraph topic is going to be the church. Now remember, this is the topic which most supports the statement in the question. So my big point is slightly different. In this case, I am going to completely support the statement in this paragraph. And I'll begin to explain why the church was so powerful in the medieval period. Your job here is to develop two ideas about how the religious teachings of the church made medicine ineffective for most people. Try using the two sentence starters here. And don't forget to make a judgment at the end of this paragraph with your main reason why. Next, it's time for your third main paragraph. What topic will you write about? Whichever you write about, you will need to explain either how it supports the statement in the question, how it challenges the statement, or maybe how it both supports and challenges the statement. At the end of my answer, I need a short conclusion. I'll begin by stating my overall decision. Then I'll add a counterpoint. This means I will remind my reader what the best points are on the other side. Then I'll explain the winning reasons for my decision. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to our channel and take a look at the other GCSE history videos there.